The world of pornography is vast and varied, catering to a wide range of tastes and fetishes. One of the most controversial aspects of pornography is its portrayal of violence, which has sparked debates about its impact on society and individuals. While some argue that pornography is just a fantasy, others believe that it has real-world consequences, especially when it comes to violence against women. In this video, we will explore the role of violence in pornography and try to understand its impact. The first thing to understand is that violence in pornography is not a new phenomenon. It has been a part of the industry since its inception, with early stag films depicting women being tied up, whipped, and beaten. However, with the rise of the internet, access to violent pornography has become more widespread, and the boundaries of what is acceptable have shifted. As a result, we have seen a rise in the popularity of genres such as rough sex, hardcore, and extreme porn, which often depict acts of violence against women. One of the main arguments against violent pornography is that it reinforces harmful stereotypes about women and their role in society. For example, it often depicts women as passive objects of male desire, who enjoy being degraded and humiliated. This, in turn, can contribute to a culture of misogyny and violence against women, where men feel entitled to treat women as objects. Another argument is that violent pornography can have a desensitizing effect on its viewers. Studies have shown that exposure to violent imagery can lead to a decrease in empathy and an increase in aggressive behavior. This is particularly concerning when it comes to sexual violence, as some studies have suggested that consuming violent pornography can lead to an increased likelihood of committing rape. However, not everyone agrees that pornography is harmful, even when it involves violence. Some argue that it is just a form of entertainment, and that those who consume it are capable of distinguishing fantasy from reality. Others argue that it can even have a positive impact, providing an outlet for people's sexual desires and fantasies that they may not feel comfortable expressing in real life. Regardless of where you stand on the issue, it is clear that violence in pornography is a complex and controversial topic. There are no easy answers, but by exploring the issue and engaging in open dialogue, we can better understand its impact and work towards creating a safer, more equitable world for all. Moreover, some researchers argue that exposure to violent pornography can contribute to the normalization and acceptance of violent and abusive behavior towards women in real life. A study published in the Journal of Interpersonal Violence found that men who frequently view violent pornography were more likely to exhibit sexually aggressive behavior towards women, such as rape fantasies and non-consensual sexual activity. However, it is important to note that not all forms of pornography involve violence, and not all viewers of violent pornography will exhibit sexually aggressive behavior. Additionally, some argue that individuals should have the right to consume pornography that depicts consensual acts, including those that involve violence, as long as they are not harming anyone in the process. Nevertheless, it is clear that the issue of violence in pornography is complex and multifaceted. It raises questions about the intersection of sexuality, power, violence, and the potential harm that can result from exposure to violent and abusive pornography. In conclusion, while pornography can be a source of pleasure and sexual exploration for some individuals, it is important to acknowledge and address the negative impacts that it can have, particularly when it comes to violence and abuse. It is crucial to have conversations about responsible consumption and production of pornography, and to hold accountable those who perpetuate harm within the industry. Ultimately, a better understanding of the role of violence in pornography can help us work towards creating a safer and more equitable world for all.